ladies and gentlemen, digital investors, welcome back to another video where we go over the daily crypto news. If you're a frequent viewer of the show and you want to show some support, you already know what to do. Tap the like button. It helps a ton for the YouTube algorithm to help push this video out to more people. And in case you guys weren't aware, which I'm sure you are, the crypto markets today are an absolute bloodbath. We have very fearful headlines. Retail is in an absolute panic. It seems as though the market has lost its head. Here's one article we have from Cointelegraph. They say, buy the dip, Bitcoin price risks losing 30K as traders, quote, manage risk. As you can see, most of the market is red, not only Bitcoin, but the altcoins as well, from Ethereum all the way down to some of these smaller altcoins. For the most part, the entire market is red. Here's another one. Bitcoin erases most of New Year's gains amid short-term profit taking. Bitcoin fell to as low as $30,305, just over $1,100 from its 2020 closing price of $29,133, before recovering to $32,748, down 14.51% in the last 24 hours. Darius from crypto quant trading firm told CoinDesk the sharp price drop was likely driven by hedge funds taking short-term profits after Bitcoin price soared quickly at the start of the year. And here's a real fearful headline, right? We have Jeffrey Gundlach says Bitcoin is trading like it is in a bubble. And it's just interesting to see because, you know, just yesterday, just 2 days ago, and the entire week, we've been seeing nothing but bullish headlines come out for Bitcoin. Bullish, bullish, bullish. The entire market's bullish. Bitcoin is going higher. And then boom, we get a pullback, and now Bitcoin's nothing. It's trading like it's in a bubble. Everyone is very bearish. The problem with jumping on either of those two bandwagons right now is just the fact that it is too early. It's too early to really come into a conclusion of whether or not Bitcoin just had a bubble pop or this is a buy the dip moment. Bitcoin could still have a lot more left in the tank. We could also go and correct it back down to prices that people thought we would never see again. Ultimately, you have to let this blood occur, let the move play out, and then try to look for a pattern, try to look for what's going on before taking a side. At least that's the approach that I try to have. I'm not trying to take a side. I'm just trying to see what makes logical sense and, you know, leave the feelings out of it. Now, we also have this time to take money off the table, says Guggenheim CIO amid the Bitcoin plunge. So this was also interesting, right? Calling for taking money off the table, taking profits once we've had this stark pullback. Of course, nobody was talking about taking profits when Bitcoin was $40,000, right? When everybody's portfolio was in the green. But now that everybody's portfolio was in the red, now everyone wants to de-risk, wants to take money off the table. So this is the Guggenheim CEO on Twitter. He asserts that Bitcoin's recent parabolic rise to the new high of over $40,000 was unsustainable in the near term. His opinion came during the vicious price drops in the market that drove BTC to an intraday low beneath 33,000. Minard believes that the technical upside of 35,000 has been exceeded, and he advised that it was time to take some money off the table. Here's his tweet. Bitcoin's parabolic rise is unsustainable in the near term, vulnerable to a setback. The target technical upside of 35,000 has been exceeded. Time to take some money off of the table. And then we have, but speculations arose that if this is part of Minard's master plan to buy BTC at a lower price. And we know that this is how the game works, right? We always see scary headlines when big smart money is buying it up. And, you know, with all of these scary headlines going on right now, it really seems kind of like when Ripple got sued by the SEC and you had all of that XRP bearish headlines, very fearful headlines when it dipped. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is, you know, it has done a crazy run, right? All the way up to $40,000. If we got a cool down, it would not surprise me. In fact, I would like a cool down. I would like to really pull back from here and maybe even pull back hard just so we could build up some more support, have more of a longer term bull run. I'd love to be making money deep into 2022 than topping out sometime, you know, in mid 2021. But of course, that's just my preference, and the market doesn't care about my preference. So we have a lot of fearful headlines, and I think that's why we're seeing so much fear, right? People are unsure. Is this a buy the dip moment, or is this a rug pull on Bitcoin? And that's where everybody is in just mass hysteria. It has gone from euphoric to fearful very quickly. We also have Morgan Stanley increases stake in Bitcoin adopter MicroStrategy, which now holds 2.6 billion in Bitcoin. So this is pretty interesting. As you guys know, or you may not know, MicroStrategy converted their US dollar balance sheet over to Bitcoin. So all of their US dollars that they had just sitting, just as company reserves, what they have done is they converted that into Bitcoin on top of buying more, led by their CEO, Michael Saylor. And Morgan Stanley is increasing its stake in MicroStrategy. And for those of you who are unsure, MicroStrategy stock is also exploding right now, almost as if it is correlated with Bitcoin, which would make sense because its reserves are Bitcoin now. Morgan Stanley has purchased about 11%. So think about that, guys. 11% of the business intelligence software and cloud-based service company. To date, MicroStrategy has purchased approximately 70,470 Bitcoin, worth a staggering 2.6 billion at time of publishing. So you could almost get indirect exposure to Bitcoin by buying MicroStrategy, right? It seems like that is the logic and reasoning behind it. Last month, Morgan Stanley's chief global strategist, Ruchir Sharma, said on Bitcoin that Bitcoin is also starting to make progress on its ambition to replace the dollar as a medium of exchange. Today, most Bitcoiners are held as an investment, not used to pay bills, but that is changing. The only way we're going to be using Bitcoin to pay bills is if we get those fees down. Bitcoin's surge may still prove to be a bubble, but even if it pops, this year's rush to cryptocurrency should serve as a warning to government money printers everywhere, particularly in the US. Do not assume that your traditional currencies are the only stores of value or mediums of exchange that people will ever trust. I mean, why anybody would think the US dollar is a store of value is beyond me. But, you know, most people, they don't even know what the US dollar is. So we also have pension funds actively investing in Bitcoin through institutional crypto titan Grayscale. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you drop it a like, and let's check this out. So Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein tells Bloomberg, we've started to see participation, not just from the hedge fund segment, which we've long seen participation from, but now it's recently from other institutions, pensions, and endowments. The sizes of all allocations they are making are growing rapidly as well. Numbers from the Intergovernmental Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development show that there was 18.75 trillion held in U.S. pension funds in 2019. And this came out from Grayscale on 1/8/21. They updated their net assets under management and their total AUM, assets under management, at 28.4 billion. It is really, really insane to be in the same trade, right? Let's say you're long Bitcoin, so you're in that long Bitcoin trade with entities like Grayscale, like MicroStrategy, entities that, you know, aren't likely to have weak hands and sell, right? They're mainly here for the very long term. We also have Ethereum price tumbles to $915, but traders are bullish for 4 key reasons. So let's see why traders are bullish on Ethereum despite this pullback. First being the exchange withdrawals point to whale accumulation. Increasing withdrawals from exchanges can be caused by multiple factors, including staking, yield farming, and buyers sending coins to cold storage. Usually, a steady flow of net deposits indicates a willingness to sell in the short term. On the other hand, net withdrawals are generally related to periods of whale accumulation, so pointing that the exchange withdrawals are the whales accumulating. One reason. Reason number 2, the futures premium is still unusually high. Pro traders tend to dominate longer-term futures contracts with set expiry dates. By measuring the expense gaps between futures and the regular spot market, a trader can gauge the level of bullishness in the market. The 3-month future should usually trade with a 1.5% or higher premium versus regular spot exchanges. Whenever this indicator fades or turns negative, this is an alarming red flag. The situation is known as backwardation and indicates that the market is turning bearish. The above chart shows that the indicator has been ranging from 3.5 to 6%, which translates as moderately bullish. So you have that indicator. Third, you have your spot volume remaining strong. Typically, low volume indicates a lack of confidence, therefore significant price changes should be accompanied by robust trading activity. Last week, Ether averaged an impressive 6.7 billion in volume, a noticeable increase from the levels seen in previous weeks. Despite the drop, trading activity surrounding the recent price break is a positive indicator. And then you have the options put call ratio. This is the final reason they are bullish. A 0.70 put to call ratio indicates that put options open interest lags the more bullish calls by 30%, 5% and is therefore bullish. At the moment, there is no sign that investors have flipped to more neutral to bearish strategies, as the indicator stands at 0.77 and favors call options. This trend has also prevailed over the past weeks as investors continue to open new bullish positions. Those are 4 reasons why the traders in this market could still be bullish on Ethereum despite this pullback. And if you look at the Ethereum Google Trends, this basically takes into account how much Ethereum is being searched on Google. Here we're looking at a 5-year trend chart, and back here in 2017 / the beginning of 2018, we were topped out at 95. This data here is still coming in, but as of right now, it is maxed out, which means we are getting a lot of people looking up and searching Bitcoin. We also have the Bitcoin on Google Trends that is moving up. A lot of these cryptocurrencies are moving up. There's a lot more buzz in the space now. As we know, cryptocurrency is becoming a more hotter topic. Your prices for today, you have Bitcoin sitting at 32,000. We'll give this a refresh. Up a grand, sitting at 33,000 for Bitcoin. Ethereum at 1,022. XRP is at 28 cents. Litecoin sitting at 128. Bcash at 441. Cardano a quarter. Polkadot at $8. Chainlink at 14. Stellar at 23 cents. You have EOS at 258. Tezos at $2.28. Theta at $1.71. vechain at 2.2 cents. Aave at $108-118. So there's your coin price for today. Give you a good idea of what the market's doing. Your fear and greed index is sitting at 90. We'll see where this ends up by the end of the day when this updates in 3 hours. We'll see if we're still in extreme greed despite this pullback. That will be very interesting. You also have crypto.com partnering with booking.com to offer 25% discount in travel reservations. Interesting, right? Users can get 25% discount and 8% returns on accommodation expenses. Crypto.com offers access to 400,000 discounts and 28 million accommodations in cooperation with Booking.com. Looks like they want your cryptocurrency. We have its official Bitcoin futures platform backed, going public at $2.1 billion valuation. The Bitcoin futures platform, launched in 2018 by ICE, has entered into a definitive agreement for business cooperation that will lead to becoming a publicly traded company with an enterprise value of over $2 billion. That is insane. As we know, we also have Coinbase trying to IPO, so the entire space is looking very, very bullish. Even if price is looking bearish, if you don't look at the price and you look at the fundamentals, we are still coming a long way, and we have a lot more ways to go. I think it's going to be interesting in the next days. Right now, it's just in free fall, so we have to see where we pick up support and wait to see a pattern start to form, some indicators start to go off that could give us some more hints as to what it is that is happening right now. With that said, guys, that is the video for today. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every single day when I upload. I put a video out like this daily going over Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything going on in the crypto space. Keep in mind, nothing we cover is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just covering the daily crypto news and this crypto bull run. If you guys could also do me a favor on your way out, tap the like button. It really does help a ton in growing the channel, and I will see you all on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.